light.
Oh.
You noticed that?
I don't think I have either. That's so, like,
that's helpful.
filming. You know?
We're so filming.
Like,
hey! Hey!
Hey!
Hi!
Hey, we're back. I know you missed us.
Missed you.
Missed
Sorry
you.
we missed a week.
Welcome back to another episode of
2 books, 1 shelf.
2 Books, 1 Shelf. We are back. We each have 2 books. We're going to pitch, give you a little spoiler-free what's it about, some highs and lows, who's it for, who might enjoy,
Yes.
who might not enjoy. Here we go.
All spoiler free, so you can watch the full thing without any worries. Let's do it. Scarlet, book number 1.
Here we go. The book I chose for my first is, I don't have the physical book, but The Crash by Freida McFadden. All right. Obviously, I'm a Freida girl. We all know this. Love her. This book is her newest book, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't even keep track. By the time we release this video, she'll release a new book.
She will.
She fires them out.
Churns them, yes. Yeah. But this book, brief synopsis, is about a woman who crashes her car, gets saved by this man and his wife. They take her, it's in a snowstorm, so they take her to their house to like save her from the storm, and they keep her there.
Oh!
Dun, dun, dun. So the whole book, well, I have to be careful.
Spoilers!
Yeah.
It's spoiler free.
I will say, what I will say, let's just go right to highs and lows. That's the synopsis, you get it. Highs and lows. A high for this book is it's Freida, her pacing, her writing. Love that. And there were some unexpected turns, as always, with Freida. She's, she's a thriller
She knows what she's
queen.
doing.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. So there's some things you don't expect. A low for this book is, I will say, it was such a frustrating book to read because as the typical story of any sort of trapped narrative is just like, oh my God, it's
Just
so
run away.
just get out
Just
of the
go.
house. Yeah, it's just so frustrating. And there's reasons why she can't leave for this and whatever, but the whole book it's just like, oh my God, just so maybe that's the point because you're like very involved, but for me it's a low because I was just so frustrated the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then who's that for?
Who would enjoy this book? Thriller readers, fans of Freida. I think it's a really easy read, even if it is frustrating. It's like you breeze. I think I read it in like 2 days. Like it was. It was a quick read, especially on the Kindle, which is new, by the way. Thank you. Sponsored by Kindle.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be
they
nuts.
sponsor somebody with 20 subscribers. Wait, okay. In terms of Freida, is this top of the Freida collection or is
No, I don't think so. I think
No.
it's probably middle of the road. I've read a handful of hers and I have others I prefer, but I enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 3 or 4 stars.
Okay.
Which
Middle of
is-
the road
yeah.
Freida.
Yeah.
Which is still good because she has a lot of them.
Yeah. So thanks, Freida. Well done.
My first book should be more controversial than it is. Everyone seems to love this book. I thought it was iffy. Yeah. It is Project Hail Mary
Wow.
by Andy Weir, right? Yes, Andy Weir. So this book is... this book made me realize I've never read a sci-fi book before.
Wow.
This is sci-fi. This is science. This is science class in a book. There is so much science in this book. I already convinced you to read it. Enough said. What this book is about is the end of the world is coming. The author made up this...
Pause. Just want to be sure you're looking at the camera, right?
Oh, no, I'm looking at us. It's in a world where there is this one guy who is... He wakes up in a spaceship and he doesn't know what the heck's going on. The entire premise of the story is that the Earth is in collapse. The universe, the space system, all of it's in collapse because the author made up this fictitious thing that is leading to the end of the world. Now, that fictitious thing that he makes up is the only fictitious thing. Everything else, science-wise, makes sense if this thing were to exist, if that makes sense. So all of the science is real. So I learned a ton of science in this, and it definitely brought me back to like high school science class. So it's definitely interesting, and if you are a science head, I think this is a great book. It is definitely dives into that, but if you are not a science head, bad book. No good. A lot of science, Highs, I think it was a fun journey. I think there's a character that's very likable in here. I think it's a fun past and present told story that is progressed in both timelines. That's really interesting, well done. I thought the ending was satisfying. So overall, I liked it. It's just the lows. There's a lot of science to get through. If you're not into science, I think it's gonna scare you away and you'll DNF it, honestly, because there's so much throughout. But if you're into that kind of stuff, then great. This book is for you. But controversial. I've seen a lot of people hyping this up.
Yeah.
I do not think it's for everyone.
Yeah.
I really think it's for a select few.
Yeah, I saw this all over BookTok and I was like, oh, I should read that book. But just from you reading it, I'm like, ooh.
No, I don't know why it's so popular. I think it is for a niche crowd, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everyone likes science and I'm a science hater. Yeah.
My next choice is Klara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this book, similar. Kind of a hot take. This book was, it's I guess a few months ago now, but it was huge. It was very popular. I feel like everybody was reading this book, and I read it and it was okay. I think it was, I get what he's going for. It's this kind of, a little synopsis is it's like this made up dystopian world in which they have robots for sale, and then families will go and pick out a robot to be like their buddy for their kid and kind of help like raise them. So you go pick out your robot friend who comes to live with you and like helps you and is your live-in friend. So this book, Klara, is a robot. It's about her like waiting to be picked and then eventually her living with the family. I'm trying not to spoil anything. A low for this book was it took a long time to get anything going. It was, it's not even a long book. Call me out. It just felt so dragging on. Like it felt like nothing was happening. I was like, oh my God, okay, something happened.
Sure.
Like there was an overarching journey. There was an overarching story that Klara was on this journey to try and accomplish this goal. But it was just so slow. It was, yeah. A high is the commentary. I really liked how it was kind of speaking to society and destruction of resources and it's some fascinating topics for sure. But overall, I was a little bit bored, to be honest. And I was surprised because I had heard amazing things. And I mean, he's an excellent author. I've read other books by him that I have enjoyed. But this one in particular, I was kind of let down by, to be honest. So
Happens.
yeah. So who the book might be for, I mean, fans of his. It's definitely in his style. And I think someone who appreciates like a slow burn and more of a thought-provoking book. But if you're looking for an interesting story, I would look elsewhere.
All right. Last but certainly not least, I have a little book here called Blood Over Brighthaven by Emma Wang.
Big book.
Huh? Red book.
Big book.
Big book. Red book.
Red book.
And I've also read the book. I actually just finished this book today, so there may be some recency bias, but I absolutely love this book. This book is set in such a fun world. There is this mountain range of all of this snow, and in the middle of it, there's this little dome. And inside that dome is a city, a full functioning city that runs on magic. And there are the Queen that live on the outside of Kwen. I don't know how to pronounce that. Quinn? I don't know. They live in the outskirts and they try to seek refuge inside of this bubble. Inside of this bubble are mages that practice this magic. It follows this girl named Skiona, as she is the first woman to try to break into this higher elites of the mages. It tackles themes about men versus women in positions of power and a lot of interesting topics to go alongside that. There's a lot going on in this fictional world, so it's crazy how it's told. I think that's definitely a high for the book. Lows, I thought a lot of this was great. The one thing that was a little off for me personally was the first 3/4 of the book felt way different than the last fourth of the book. It felt like I was reading a different book. in the last. Not to say I didn't like it. It just was like, oh, this feels like I'm reading something else.
Oh, hello.
Asher was like, this sounds pretty good. I'm going to come check this out. Characters were also a little iffy. They're flawed characters, so it's hard to fall in love with one, but I think I really appreciated each of the characters in this book. It's a standalone book, so it's nice, tidied up, all in one. I thought it was a great story. Highly recommend. I recommend it to people that like fantasy, like a little magic vibe. I don't recommend it to people that probably don't like that fantastical element. There's magic, and it's a little bit of a confusing magic system. It's kind of like almost code. You type code and it turns to magic.
Whoa.
I know. But like I'm a typewriter though. So it's kind of cool. I think it's very different and it's fun, but yeah, probably not for people that don't like fantasy magic. Like if you didn't like Harry Potter or something, it's like maybe it's not for you. And that's my 2 books. And
Nice.
this is our 1 shelf. And thank you for watching. Until next time. Peace.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Signing off.
Goodbye. Farewell. Wait.
Ashcan. Da 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 da. Ashcan. Bye.
We should just talk like that for the rest of the video.
Big book.
Red book.
Good book.
Bad book.
Blue book. Bad book.
New book.
New book.
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 Okay.